Okay, Nitin Jain, Head Retail Capital Markets, Edelweiss Financial Services, joins us right now on the show. Nitin, really good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. A big thank you to you, Nitin. The 3 or 4 stocks that you've recommended as trading buys on the channel have done exceptionally well. Be it an SBI at the start, be it an ICICI Bank the last time that we spoke. So before I get to the fundamentals, let me just come straight to what is it that you're recommending, because your recommendations are working really well.
I think we continue to stick to the high quality stocks that we talked about 2, 3, 4 months back, and I think we still believe that there is a lot of upside left in some of those stocks. So my recommendations have not changed. I think we are still very bullish on ICICI Bank. Even from these levels, I think it can give you a 30-40% kind of a upside if what we expect pans out at an economy level. Plus it also gives you a reasonable cushion on the downside. I think 10-15% downside, you are at 1.2, 1.3 times a forward adjusted book. So that still continues to be my top pick. From a trading point of view, you can also look at a couple of stocks and capital goods, L&T and Voltas to be precise. I think we are very excited about the opportunity. And some of the stocks that you were just talking, BEML, BEL and Astra, I think all those 3 stocks can do reasonably well even from these levels. Having said that, you might want to be a little more cautious in terms of accumulating these stocks over the next 1.5 months.
Nitin, afternoon. And a lot of experts were shortlisting stocks which were gaining momentum, such as from the PSU basket, saying that the next big trigger will be this space, which will move on account of new policies coming about, etc. Do you think that anything here would interest you?
See, if you look at the market, I think every stock that was not favored for the last 1.5 years and had gone out of the radar for most of the large institutions, I think those are the stocks that are coming back, because there's no supply in those stocks in the last couple of years. Hardly anybody has diluted. People who are holding the stock don't want to sell. People who are looking to buy are scampering to buy. So I think I don't see this as a very thematic rally in that sense. Every stock which has not done well over the last couple of years is doing extremely well, some rightly and some not necessarily on the right fundamental grounds. So as I said earlier, I think we would like to stick to those high quality names where we can see earnings despite whatever happens at a policy level, because to predict what will happen and specifically which companies will get impacted by policy, I think would be taking too much of a bet, especially at these levels where a lot of good events have been factored in.
Nitin, okay, so we've discussed a couple of these trading pockets. What's the base case for the markets right now? At 7,500 for the Nifty, give or take a few points, for the next 3 months. Are you bullish, or do you believe there could be a profit booking scenario that could come in?
See, I think as a trader you have to stay with the momentum. There is no sign of letting go in the markets. And as I explained earlier, I think what has happened is most people, whether it is HNIs, retail or even institutions, are underweight equity, and there's been hardly any supply of equity over the last couple of years. So unless I think something dramatically changes at a global macro level, or something goes wrong with the budget, which I think is expected in the month of July, in the early part of the July, I don't see markets correcting significantly. A 3-4-5% correction just triggered by some global event or some profit booking by a couple of FIIs is possible, and you have to watch out for that. But I think outside of that, I think it's just a beginning, so I would not want to spend too much time thinking about the correction. But if that happens, I think that can be a good opportunity to buy.
Where, from the high beta pocket, if we were to talk about real estate and metal stocks, metal particularly, given that things have been improving on the fundamental side as well, would you be putting your focus?
See, on the real estate, we have been very, very clear. I personally don't think that these companies should be in the listed space. Most of these companies should be in the listed space because they've typically become asset play. And if somebody has to play the assets, he would be much better advised to play the asset directly. And hence, we typically don't like some of these companies, especially in the north side of the country. But some of the good quality names on the south, maybe a Prestige, maybe a Brigade, maybe even a Shobha Developer, these pockets do offer something where you can see some value creation over the next couple of years. This might not be the most preferred pick for me from a sectoral point of view, but if you have to stick to real estate, I would probably stick to these couple of guys in the south. Yeah, you also talked about metals.
Yes.
I think metals is largely a global play, and I think there is this positive sentiment which is pushing all the stocks, and I think you will see SAIL, TISCO, all of them doing extremely well, and you should play the momentum. But I would not make that as a very large part of my portfolio today.
Okay, Nitin, really good having you. Thanks so much for taking the time out and being with us and giving us your prognosis about the markets, and look forward to having you more often on the forum.
Thank you so much.
That's Nitin Jain. Now watch out for some of the stocks that you recommended. Oops, my mic, now it's proper. Watch out for some of the stocks that he recommended on the show as well. By the way, a sector that obviously is given good numbers but isn't spoken about too much is textiles. Vardhman Textiles was actually